Want to be a good employee and get ahead in your career? In this video, I'm going to show you 10 tips that will help you succeed in any workplace. So whether you're just starting out in your career or have been working for years, these tips will help you improve your performance and get ahead of the competition. Number 1. Arrive on time and dressed appropriately. One of the most important things to remember when trying to be a good employee is to show up on time and dressed appropriately. Of course, there will always be the occasional exception, like if you slept through your alarm or spilled coffee on your shirt, but in general, it's important to make a good impression. After all, first impressions are everything. And if you're regularly late or showing up to work in wrinkled clothes, it's not going to reflect well on you. So do your best to be punctual and presentable, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a model employee. Number 2. Do your job to the best of your ability. At first glance, the phrase, "do your job," may seem like a pretty straightforward piece of advice. However, when you stop to think about it, there's a lot more to being a good employee than simply showing up and putting in time. To be truly successful in your career, you need to go above and beyond the minimum requirements and give your best effort each and every day. Of course, that's easier said than done. After all, we all have days when we'd rather just coast through our work and clock out as soon as possible. However, if you want to be a good employee, it's important to push through those lazy moments and do your best. Trust me, it'll pay off in the long run. Number 3. Stay positive, even when things are tough. It can be hard to stay positive when times are tough, but it's important to remember that things can always get better. There are some simple things you can do to stay positive and be a good employee, even when times are tough. First, try to focus on the positive aspects of your job, such as the opportunity to learn new skills or the satisfaction of helping others. Secondly, don't dwell on negative thoughts or allow yourself to get bogged down in problem solving. Instead, take a break and clear your mind, so you can come back to the task at hand with fresh energy and a positive attitude. Finally, remember that tough times don't last forever and that eventually things will improve. By following these simple tips, you can stay positive and be a good employee, even when times are tough. Number 4. Be friendly and polite to your coworkers and customers. If you want to be a good employee, it's important to be friendly and polite to your coworkers and customers. Treating people with respect will make them want to work with you and do business with you. It's also important to be a team player. Collaborating with others will help you get the job done more efficiently and effectively. And last but not least, don't forget to stay positive. A positive attitude is contagious, and it will rub off on those around you. So if you want to be a good employee, focus on being friendly, polite, and positive. Number 5. Take initiative and offer suggestions for improvement. One way to be a good employee is to take initiative and offer suggestions for improvement. This demonstrates that you are invested in the company and are always looking for ways to make things better. Of course, it is important to be aware of your place in the hierarchy and not to step on any toes. But making suggestions is a sign of a good worker. By taking initiative, you can show that you are an invaluable member of the team and an asset to the company. Number 6. Take criticism constructively. No one likes criticism, but it's an essential part of being a good employee. After all, how can you improve if you're not willing to listen to feedback? The key is to take criticism constructively rather than letting it get you down. When you receive criticism, try to see it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Thank the person who gave it to you, and then take some time to reflect on what they said. What can you do differently next time? How can you turn this criticism into a positive learning experience? By taking criticism constructively, you'll show your boss that you're open to feedback and always looking for ways to improve. And that's the best way to be a good employee. Number 7. Take care of yourself both mentally and physically. Being a good employee isn't just about showing up on time and putting in your hours. It's also about taking care of yourself both mentally and physically. After all, if you're not feeling your best, it's going to be hard to do your best work. So make sure to get plenty of rest, eat a healthy diet, and exercise regularly. And don't forget to take some time for yourself every day to relax and distress. That way you can stay focused and productive at work and be the best employee you can be. Number 8. Ask questions if you don't understand something. Asking questions is a key part of being a good employee. If you don't understand something, it's better to ask for clarification than to make a mistake. Asking questions also shows that you're engaged and interested in what you're doing. Of course, there's a right way and a wrong way to ask questions. Make sure you're not interrupting your boss or coworkers, and be respectful when you're asking for help. And if you're still not sure how to proceed, just remember, it's always better to ask for directions than to get lost. Number 9. Follow the company's policies and procedures. Being a good employee is not just about showing up on time and doing your job. It's also about following the company's policies and procedures. After all, these policies and procedures are in place for a reason. They help to keep the workplace safe, organized, and running smoothly. So if you want to be a good employee, make sure you take the time to familiarize yourself with your company's policies and procedures. And if you're ever unsure about something, don't be afraid to ask your supervisor for clarification. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Number 10. Help out other employees when needed. If you're looking to be a good employee, one of the best things you can do is help out your fellow workers. For example, if you see another employee struggling to lift a heavy box, offer to help. If someone's printer is jammed, offer to take a look. And if someone is having trouble meeting a deadline, see if there's anything you can do to pitch in. Little acts of kindness can go a long way in making the workplace a more pleasant environment for everyone. Plus, you never know when you might need a favor in return. So next time you see someone struggling, don't just stand by and watch. Be a good employee and lend a helping hand. Finally, don't be afraid to speak up. If you have a great idea or spot a problem, let your boss know. Being proactive shows that you're committed to your job and that you're not afraid to take initiative. Follow these simple tips and you'll be well on your way to becoming a model employee.